Good morning. Hi, good morning. Or whenever you watch this, good whatever time of day it is. It's the 5th of May, the 5th day of the 5th month. It's a great day to honor Oshun. I bow to Oshun. There is nowhere that it is not known that Oshun is as mighty as a king. She dances and takes the crown. She dances without asking. She arrives and trouble is appeased. She shakes her bracelets to come to the dance. She dances in the depths of richness. The water sounds like the bracelets of Oshun. We call to her and she answers with wisdom. She can heal what the doctor can't. The Orisha, who heals with cool water. We can stay in the world without fear. Okay, this one just jumped out of the deck, and I think it's the one. The worker bee. Lovely card. What kind of flower do you think this is? Is this an apple blossom? Let's see if it says. It may or may not say, but we'll look. The worker bee is selfless, committed to the survival of the hive over her own self. Working tirelessly from the time she emerges, then shifting on to different roles in the hive, gathering nectar and pollen, attending the queen bee, nursing the brood, keeping the temperature even, dancing the bee dance. Do something for your community. Help without looking for instant reward, I would add, or any reward at all. Watch the energy of love shine. And a further thought, a key role in the bee temple is that of the guarding Melissae. They work at the entrance to the bee temple, tirelessly ensuring that all who enter are of the correct vibration. Working together, they assess each new bee, helping them unload the gifts and heavy clothing they bring with them. Naturally and quickly, each new bee is guided onto the outer hexagon of the bee temple. All who have heard the call and the frequency of all have heard the call, the frequency of the hive, and they've come back home to the energy of the bee mother. Really, whether or not you believe in any particular religious doctrine or any particular path, at some point in everyone's life, we kind of do have this awakening to the fact that helping others is what we are here to do, whether that's just for a moment or just for a specific task, or whether that's as a life plan or lifestyle. Each of us is summoned to the work of helping. At different times in our life, it might be in different ways. There might be a time in your life when you're in a job that's related to service, and so you do that service as your work. And then when you come home at night, you're not wanting to do any more service. And still, sometimes if you're, a mom, or if you've got people who rely on you, you still have to be of service, even after you've been of service all day long at your job. For some of us, we choose a life of service. And what that means to everyone is very different. I can't help but notice that in the West, being of service is sort of seen as a shortcut to getting something for oneself. And this is something that we really should work to correct because it's a misapprehension of the idea of service. We don't give service so that we can get something in return. We do perform our acts of service because we have capacity and we know that the world needs that. It's a very different thing than to be serving from a needy place within yourself where you're wanting or expecting something in return than to just give because it's in you to give and because you have to give. So just try today to think about where there might be any conditional hooks in your giving. Is there a demand, an expectation? Is there something on the other side of that that is really more self-centered than centered on the well-being of others? If you're giving because you want to receive something, that means that you're actually making more work for yourself. If you are giving because you want to receive something, then you need to just start giving what you want to yourself before you offer it to others. I can't tell you the number of women who come into my priestess training and they have a lot of need of personal healing, but they're so ready to get out there and like make a business of what they're doing in the way of healing, or they're so ready to get out there and help others because in order to see their way to helping themselves, they perceive that others need them. To see our way home to helping ourselves is part of the journey of the priestess. We have to know when we are lacking and don't have much to give so that we can ameliorate those conditions and we can take care of ourselves. Then we will have to give. But we shouldn't be trying to give what we need. It's almost like a pass through of energy when you do that. That leaves you, as if you ate a whole meal, but you're still hungry because you brought in energy and then you gave it right back out without taking the time to heal yourself. So let's not be in a rush. Let's not be in a rush to go out stomping around looking for people who need our help. They will come to us when they need it. And sometimes we're going to have to say no. We're going to have to say wait. We're going to have to say come back a little later. But other times, yes, we have that power, that tirelessness, that proper motivation. We have the capacity and we can give. And when we can give, we should give selflessly. We should give without expectation of anything in return. I can look at, people that I help and see them not with a sense of like pity, like, oh, I've got something you don't have. And also not see them with a sense of expectation. Oh, if I help you, maybe you'll do something for me. When I actually can help, I just help because it's what's needed in the moment, not because there's any story behind it. And that's something really important for each of us to consider. How can we allow our helping to just be a seamless activity, part of our identity, who we are as people, who we are as beings, worker beings, and not allow ourselves to fall into the trap of overgiving in an unhealthy way, or giving with a story, or giving with an attachment. So we're going to be mindfully generous today with what we have to offer, and we're not going to offer anything that we really just need for ourselves. That's our short bit, if that's what you were here for. Otherwise, let's dive into Guanyin practice with 3 prostrations. And let's take refuge. Namo Gurube. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intention, a person, place, situation, or circumstance that will benefit from today's practice. Holding Mike and holding Cosette's father, holding Care Swan, who lost a beloved friend, holding Jim, whose cat is on the verge of crossing the veil. Holding Ro, who is still grieving her former partner's suicide. And let's recite the four immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. And let's make our offerings. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering for Guan Xiyin, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Om Ahum. 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 Reverently, I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time, and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Guanyin, remain until the end of samsaric existence, and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. 108 recitations of Namo Guanxiyin Pusa, awakening the spirit of service in our hearts, of truly selfless service. The perceiver of the cries of the world became A bodhisattva transcended her human form because of her selflessness, of her generosity. May we aspire to the same. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxin 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 Pusa. Lume chuksum chidang jitsun ma gyalium pakma drome jintuyi daki itsitso paljor nyandrak nam yarnu dadang yarji shindu kepa kaje wangtang lungta nam nyampa sushing chitu gyawa long chije likpe lamdu drawa dang sering neme de dang denjur shi. Through the blessing and power of the unfailing Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and of Jetsunma, mother of the Buddha's noble Tara, may our lifespan, merit, prosperity, and renown increase like a waxing moon, like a rising summer lake. Especially may our good fortune, Wangtong and Windhorse, be healed when they weaken, rejoined when interrupted, raised up when sinking down. May whatever we do turn out well, and may long life, good health, peace, and happiness be ours. Lume choksum chidang jetsun ma gyalum pakma drome jintu yi daki tsitso paljor nyandrak nam yarnu dadang yarji sushin du kepar kaje wangtang lungda nam nyampa sushin chetu gyalwa long chije lekpe lamdu drowa dang sering neme de dang den jur shi. The Brief Windhorse Practice of Tara by Patrul Rinpoche. 108 recitations now of Om Mani Padme Hum, taking the merit that has been gathered thus far in our practice and sending it selflessly with no heed to our own desires out into the world to wherever it's needed. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani mani padme hum, om mani padme hum. Om 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 Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. And let's give thanks for our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy a swift and happy rebirth. And long life prayer for Lama Dechen Yeshe Wangmo. Om Swasti. Through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of supreme bliss Yeshe Wangmo be utterly stable, and may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings, so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Guanyin in our hearts. Namo Guanxin Pusa. And we close with a bow to Guanyin, bow to one another, and a bow to the inner teacher. And wishing everyone a day of great generosity. That's wonderful. Josai says, may our daily chanting allow us to vibrate at the correct frequency to be of benefit for ourselves, each other, and for all living beings. Beautiful. Yes, let's do that. Drop your counts in the comments if you want to add to our overall count. We're over 275,000 now. See you tomorrow. It's my birthday tomorrow.